with the large number that's here today. So you guys should all give yourselves a round of applause. Have you guys all been doing this the 3 months? Mm-hmm. All right. Today we're going to go over how to keep the weight off forever. Really what we're talking about is weight maintenance. And I meant to be Debbie Downer, but weight maintenance takes just as much work as weight loss does. Okay, so this 3 months is just the beginning. Does that sound fun or does that sound scary? 3 months sounds good?
Necessary.
Both? Necessary, that's right. I am going to be asking a couple more questions than I was in my last 2 lectures, so put your thinking caps on. We'll go right into it. I briefly mentioned this. Were any of you guys here last year when I spoke? No. Oh, good. All new people. Great. This is what they call a National Weight Control Registry. What it is, it's kind of a large group of people that have lost weight and kept it off. Okay, and they have, what researchers have done is they give questionnaires to these people and they find out what do these people do, what psychologically, behaviorally, what do they do to lose weight and to keep it off. Okay, right now they're tracking over 10,000 individuals, so this is a lot of people that have lost weight and kept it off. Who's in it? The majority of it's women, 80%. The average person has lost about 66 pounds in about 5 years. But what you'll notice is that the weight loss ranges anywhere from 30 to 300 pounds. In order to be part of this, you have to have at least kept your weight off for a year. Okay, a year's the minimum amount of time that they'll say, okay, you've maintained your weight loss. These are just some other averages. Average woman's 45 years old, weighs 145. Average man is 49, weighs 190. So these are just some averages. And I like this because when I stumbled upon this, I was like, wow, this is some research that shows us what people actually have done to keep the weight off. Not just lose weight, but these are people that have kept their weight off anywhere from 1 year to 30 years, okay? Or 66 years. Some people really kept it off for a long time. So there's three things mainly that they looked at that I thought were very interesting: was diet, exercise, and monitoring their weight. Okay, so obviously this is kind of obvious information, but this is what the research shows what these people do really work. So 98% of these people change their diet in some way or form. Okay, that's basically everybody. So all of us, and I'm sure you guys have realized, you're changing the way you eat. Okay, that's how you're going to see results. Just exercise in of itself isn't going to do it. We have to do both. Okay, 78% eat breakfast every day. And some of this you guys will hear. I kind of mentioned in my first. Some of this is reiterating. Some of the information is similar. This is the vast majority of people. Okay, people that lose weight, keep it off. They eat breakfast. They do 3 meals a day. Less than 1% followed a low carb diet. What does that tell us? That tells me low carb diets do not work in the long run. Okay. So low carb equals I'm probably going to gain the weight back. And some other interesting facts about diet, this group of people that keep the weight off, most of them had a diet that was less than 25% fat. And that's actually a pretty low fat diet. Most Americans range anywhere from 25 to 35%. Some are even up to 38% on the high end. So these people follow less than 25%. So we're actually, rather than a low carb diet, they're actually kind of more of a low-fat diet, okay, which is interesting. Exercise is the next component. We have diet and we have exercise. And this group of people are a very active group of people. These people are probably more active than people that are normal weight and trying to keep their weight, okay? 90% of these weight loss maintainers, okay, exercise for about an hour a day, okay? About an hour. That's a lot of time. Okay, that's more active. What the recommendations are for exercise recommendations, they say that for people to maintain, if you're a normal weight, you want to maintain your weight, you need to exercise 30 to 60 minutes. If you want to lose weight, they say 60 to 90 minutes most days of the week. So this is pretty much what's happening here. Now this is interesting. The most frequently reported form of activity was just walking. Okay, so most of these people are just walking about an hour a day. They're not, some might be running marathons and stuff, but mostly it's just walking, which is, free, easy, not hard to do. And they watch Less than an hour and a half of TV a day on average. Okay. This is the other one. There's just one thing here. Monitoring. Okay, you guys have been weighing yourselves once a week for 3 months now. Okay, and hopefully that's going to become actually a way of life. Okay, that sounds interesting, but 75% weigh themselves once a week. Okay, now these are people that have already lost weight and kept it off for a long time. So these people are weighing themselves once a week for the rest of their life. They pop up on that scale. They probably have one at home. Sometimes maybe they write it down, maybe they don't. But this is something that they do regularly. Okay, and this is something that even I do. When people say, oh, you don't have to weigh yourself. Yes, I do, just like anyone else. If we want to maintain where we're at, we have to be aware of where we're at. Okay. This is kind of switching gears. That covers the weight control registry. Now this is interesting, and I put this in here because I thought it was true. I've seen a couple research articles talk about this, that there's certain foods that they find that people that tend to gain more weight eat more, and they find that there's certain foods that lean people eat more of. So I thought it was worth it to put it in here. And I find this to be true in my practice, okay? So what we found was potatoes and red meats and liquid calories, alcohol and juice, were associated with more weight gain, okay? And I find this to be true. I see a lot of people with diabetes that are overweight, and I see it in this area of town, meat and potatoes is a big staple of a lot of people's diets, okay? And it's not that we can never eat these foods, you know, I eat potatoes and stuff, but I think this is a daily fare, okay? Foods that were associated with less weight gain were vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and nuts. And it makes sense, you know, what I talked about the first time was the caloric differences of meats and versus vegetables. So it makes sense because vegetables have way less calories per same amount of ounces than a meat or a potato or whatever other starch is out there. Who knows what this is? Can anyone identify this vegetable? Rhubarb? Choy? Close.
Beans.
This is Swiss chard. There's a whole world of vegetables, and I'm still learning. Okay, there's a whole world of vegetables out there that grow in Florida, that can grow very well in Florida, that we don't eat because sometimes it's I don't know. I guess it's not in Publix or something. Sleep matters too, and this is important for weight maintainers. They found people that sleep 6 to 8 hours tend to be more normal weight. So if you're one of those insomniacs, you sleep less than 6 hours, or if you're one of those people that sleep a lot more than 8 hours, they find that people that sleep too much or too little also tend to gain weight. Okay, and I think that has a lot to do with your sleep affects your hormones. Hormones affect our appetite hormones. Okay, a lot of it's hormones. So I thought this was interesting. I thought I'd put that in there because I've seen quite a few research articles on this. All right, now we're going to spend some time talking about triggers. And I don't know if that's an actual word. I think I made that word up. Triggers. Okay. Triggers is kind of something that causes us to do something. Okay, reminds us to do something. So here we've got a picture. Which picture do you think you are more likely to exercise in? Which room? This room or this room? The one on the right. Yeah, I think so. I would want to exercise in this room. She is in an organized room. She's got her TV in front of her exercise equipment. This room is a big mess, dirty, dark. Looks like a what? A garage, yeah. And a lot of us keep our, I've heard a lot of people keep our stationary bikes or, you know, our exercise equipment in our garage or back porch where we never see it. So triggers is, we're kind of going to talk about this. I think it's interesting how if we set ourselves up to do something and set our environment up a certain way, we're more likely to do things and keep them. The whole idea we're going to talk about right now is routines. A lot of us have made routines. Actually, you guys have been exercising, right? Some of you guys have been exercising regularly. Is anyone willing to share maybe what they've done? Anyone? Routines they've been doing?
All right, I'll do it.
Okay.
So first of all, we started off with Zumba.
Okay.
Just a couple of classes a week.
Great.
And then we were like, oh, look at this weight room. Well, everybody was talking about adding some weight, so then we started doing the weights.
Okay.
And the treadmills and the elliptical and the bicycles was there too, so we were doing that. And then we got to the point where now we're walking faster, and I added jogging on the treadmill now too.
Oh, great.
And then now now. We just recently added the spin class to our repertoire. And
Impressed.
Zumbathon, except we do have somebody here that's been in 2 Zumbathons.
Someone's addicted to Zumba. It's great. That's wonderful. Okay. Now you guys do this together?
Yeah, we're on a team.
Okay. Okay. Now how do you guys coordinate that? Do you guys call each other? Or how does that work?
Well, 3 of us go on Monday nights someplace, and
Right.
then the other different 3 of us go to Infinity. So we're averaging about, like tonight, we're going to go somewhere else for Zumba. So we're averaging about 5 nights a week.
Exactly.
Wow.
I'm gonna say we're
great.
graduating.
But
about
we're always
5.
with somebody.
Okay, great.
We're
So
doing
you
about
guys-
5 days a week, yeah.
That's excellent. So I'm seeing 2 things here. I'm seeing you guys are accountable to each other. So each of you kind of have an accountability buddy. Is that that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I'm seeing is that you guys have it planned in your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in your calendars maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Do you guys write it down maybe in your calendar? Or you just know?
We just know.
You just know Monday night that's what we're doing.
But I write down everything I eat
Okay.
since this started.
Great. Great.
I did the first weeks, maybe 6 weeks, and I
Okay.
noticed I started getting a routine and I started knowing how many calories were in
Mhm.
each little mini meal or in my meal.
Yeah.
So then I just threw everything away.
Yeah,
Because
so
now I know exactly what I need to
Now you know
eat
which
each
meals
day.
have how much. That's awesome. So I'm asking these questions for you guys. Just there's certain things that they're doing that we do subconsciously, but that are going to help you keep those routines up. Okay. These are triggers that I just came up with. Okay. What a trigger is, it's something that reminds you to do something. Okay. So all of us have routines, whether that routine involves exercise or does not involve exercise. Okay. So we're going to talk about triggers for exercise and triggers to eat healthy or not eat. Okay, these are just ones that I came up with. How many of you guys prepare your exercise bag the night before? Oh, a lot of you guys. That is awesome. That's a trigger for the next day for you to grab your exercise bag and go to the gym versus doing it in the morning. Okay, you might forget, maybe you don't see the bag, and then we forget. Okay, so that's a trigger. So this is something you want to keep doing, okay? Because we all know we need to exercise. Okay, we're supposed to exercise 60 minutes a day, but this triggers are the how. How are we going to do that? How? What behavioral things are we going to do to make that happen? Okay. Set your alarm for exercise times. I've been doing this to make sure I go to bed on time. I've been setting my alarm for 9 o'clock so I can take a shower and go to sleep. Sometimes I tend to go to bed late. But you can do this for exercise. If you're going to be exercising at 7 o'clock, set your alarm to leave work at 6:30 or leave the house at 6:30. So it's a trigger. Your alarm goes off and you think, oh, I'm supposed to be exercising now. And it reminds you, okay? And these are things that hopefully we keep doing long term, okay? Leave your sneakers by the door. I do that. Keep them in the middle of the hallway where it bothers you, where you have to step over them so that you see them and you're like, oh, I'm supposed to go walking. That's why I left my sneakers here in the first place. Does anyone use DVDs at home? No? I do sometimes.
We have someone on our team doing that.
Okay, yeah, it's great. I'm a fan of
3
those.
times a week she does that.
That's
something like
excellent.
that.
Yeah, at home, you don't have to drive anywhere. It's there. If you're pressed for time during the week, I would just keep those DVD players. Keep the DVD in the player. Okay, that way, if I put a movie in, then I'll put that other DVD right back in afterwards. So it's always sitting in there. So it's one less step for you when you need to go exercise. It's already there. Okay. These are just little triggers. You guys can brainstorm your own. These are just ones that I brainstormed. Exercise equipment in the middle of the living room. Keep your weights just hanging out. Just, if you see it, you're more likely to use it because it's going to trigger you to want to use it. Okay. Have a buddy. That's what you guys are doing. You guys are calling each other. It's on your calendar. You guys are writing it down. You have a set time. Okay, Monday night, we're going to get together. We're going to call each other. We're planning it. So
Yeah, we're even calling each other when we're going through the drive-thru. Can we have this?
Oh, that's great. You guys are a nice, cute little team here.
And we go, no, or yeah.
That's exactly what you want to do. And, that's honestly the best. A lot of times people do best when there's a social support group.
I'm supposed to ask, has everybody weighed in?
I need to.
Please go, if you have not, please go weigh in right now, because she has other things to do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Now, these are triggers for eating healthy. Okay, and I mentioned some of these before. Leaving those measuring cups on the counter, for those of you who've chosen to measure stuff, or leave them in the clean dishes part of the sink. Okay. This one, make a healthier grocery list and stick to it. Now, this is important. For those of us who are really trying to increase, like eating more fruits, more vegetables, let's pretend it's just two of you at home. You know, let's say it's a couple. If you're gonna eat 2 fruits a day, and you're not planning on going grocery shopping until next week, you need to buy 14 fruits at the grocery store. So we need to count those up, make sure we bring them home, make sure it's all gone before the next week. That's how you know you're eating enough. Okay, so if you're doing those steamer vegetables, those frozen, you know, let's say my husband and I will split a bag a lot of times. If you're gonna do that every night, you need to buy 7 of those, 1 day per week. One per day for the week, if you actually want to eat enough vegetables, okay? So I think this is important. Getting quantified with the healthy food is kind of important. I think some of us do that, you know, whoever does the food shopping in the house, we kind of do that subconsciously, but I think to get enough vegetables and stuff, we need to really kind of pay attention to that. Don't go down all the grocery aisles just when you need to. We'll buy more stuff, we'll eat more stuff. And this is something that I do that I think is a good idea. I'm lucky to have a produce stand right near my house. So what I do is I just go to Publix every 2 weeks. And every other week, I just go to the produce stand. That way I know I'm not getting tempted to just buy more stuff at Publix, like extra cereal and granola bars and chocolate that I don't really need, okay? Because at the produce stand, there's really not many options other than produce, okay? When I do go to Publix, I'll buy 2 weeks worth. Now, obviously, if you have a large family, that might not be practical, but for those of you who have smaller families, that might work. And this is for those of you who are writing down what you're eating. And this is a trigger to keep doing that. Leave your food journal out, okay? Or if you're doing it on your phone, well, your phone's always on you, but if you're writing it down, leave it out. Leave it on the dining table or keep it in your purse, where that's going to trigger you to remind you to write it down, if that's what you guys are doing, okay? And this is a trigger to not eat, to not eat. Chewing gum, having a real minty toothpaste. You're not going to want to eat anything after you brush your teeth there. Okay. Brainstorm your own, use as many as you can. Those are just some that I've brainstormed, but I'm sure you guys can come up with even better ones than that, or ones that work for you. Okay. Keep it up. This is the hard part, is keeping up what we're doing. Okay, you guys have done 3 months, hopefully, of changing your diet, of doing the exercise. And 3 months is a long time, so you guys should be quite proud of that. 3 months is a while. But now it's just a matter of keeping it up, okay? Keep setting goals, okay? So we met our 3-month goal. Let's make another goal for, let's see, we're in May. Maybe say, okay, by August, my goal is going to be to lose another 5 pounds. Or, you know what? My goal is to just maintain my weight, even. Let's say you're at a normal weight, and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to want to stay here, and that's my goal. Write it down. Make a promise to yourself. Keep writing it down if you've been writing it down. So if you said you were monitoring your calorie intake, keep doing that. If that's what it took you to lose and you want to keep losing, we're going to have to keep it up. Okay? You guys have accountability buddies. Keep a positive attitude. This is a really big one. Weight loss has high attrition rates. I mean, there's some teams that aren't doing so good, and what happens is we get demotivated when the pounds don't come off. Okay, but I think it's important for us to, let's not give up altogether, okay? If we're making changes for diet and exercise, it's not only about the pounds. Yes, the pounds is encouraging, yes, the pounds are important, but it's not the only thing, okay? So if you're exercising and you haven't lost any weight, you should still feel good about trying to make healthier choices because you're still affecting your overall health, okay? That exercise that you're doing, even if a pound didn't come off, it helped your heart, helped your lungs, helped your blood flow. These are all things that in the long run really do matter. Okay, so it's not only about pounds, it's about health. Okay, so try to think about it, keep positive, okay? So if you haven't lost weight or you're not losing as fast as you want, keep in mind try to think about what positive things you have achieved. Okay, well, I'm exercising before I wasn't, so that in itself is a good thing. And then I put a caution. Life happens to all of us, right? Good things, bad things. These are our caution flags. Holidays, I put here. Hopefully we have routines. Hopefully what's happened the past 3 months is that we've made new routines. Okay, and I use the word routines instead of diet or hitting the gym. Whatever we've done, even if it's just walking twice a week or hitting the gym 5 times a week, hopefully this is becoming a part of our routine life so that we don't even think about it, we just do it and it becomes part of who we are, okay? We need to keep doing these all year long, okay? Through the holidays, through Mother's Day, through Easter, through all the good stuff. And it's good to just be conscious of maybe weight at different stages in life, especially if it's a happy or sad stage, you know, birth, death of a loved one. What happens is your life changes, and your diet and your routines can change. So this happens to everybody, and you know, it might set you back a little bit, and that's okay. Okay, this happens to everyone. Don't beat yourself up about it. But it's good for you to be conscious, okay? Be conscious of, let's say you've lost a loved one, or say, okay, I'm stressed out, I lost a loved one, I'm sad. How are you dealing with this? Are you turning to food, or are we turning to some other thing that can help us relieve our stress or deal with whatever issues we're dealing with, okay? So I put just some ideas there. A lot of people deal with stress in different ways. And I did put here at the bottom, if you know if you're a compulsive eater, if you're depressed, a lot of people need to get counseling for weight loss. If you know that's a problem for you or a friend, I see a lot of people that honestly need to get counseling for that. And it's not anything to be ashamed of. It's a lot of weight gain sometimes it's not just calories in, calories out. Sometimes there's really something going on in here that's causing us to turn to food instead of turn to other things, and that's causing weight gain. Okay, so there's no shame in getting outside help if you really need it. Temptation, this is just, you know, same old. Keep healthy, unhealthy foods out of the house, out of the office. And how many of our pantries look like this? You know, maybe a little disorganized, maybe a lot of processed foods all ready to grab. Yeah, probably shouldn't say this. My mom's pantry looks like this, and there's food from who knows how many years. We had a big family, so you know, ended up looking like that. But it's helpful if you guys have the healthy stuff around, and our pantries are, you know, maybe don't have a lot of that ready to eat stuff. Okay, I try not to keep desserts in the house, but the few desserts I do have are the kinds that you have to make. Okay, so I've had this brownie mix in my cabinet for like a year because I'm too lazy to make it. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Whereas if I would have brought the ready-made brownie bites, so they would have been gone in a week. They would have been easily gone. So just little things like that. You know, if you want dessert, go out and get it, or buy the stuff that you have to make. You probably might never do it. Now, eat out with care and do your homework. I left this for last because I wanted to spend some time on it, and that's why I put those. You guys are looking at them, those little Olive Garden sheets. And this is important for those of us who really want to maintain our weight loss. I think forget the statistic, but I think we eat about a third of our calories as a nation out, meaning not at home. Okay, so eating out is huge, okay, in terms of where our calories are coming from. Now this is Olive Garden. I didn't copy the whole thing, I just copied a piece of it. And this is online, and I think I mentioned this in the first lecture, but I actually went to the restaurant and I said, hey, can I have a copy of your nutrition guide? And my waiter obviously wanted a good tip, so he got it for me. And it has everything on here. And I encourage you guys, ask for these things. Most chain restaurants, not all of them, but will have these. Use it. Okay, these numbers really opened up my eyes as a dietitian, and I already know about this stuff. So for anyone that's, you know, really trying to watch their calories, trying to keep the weight loss, these meals, some of them are outrageous. So how many calories does, let's see, breadstick. Everyone has a breadstick, right? They're free, so we all want to have some of those. How many calories are in a breadstick? You guys find it? 150. 150. That's one breadstick. Now, let's say if you're like me, you like two, so that's 300 right there. That's not even including my meal, okay? Now, let's see. I went there last week, and I don't remember what I got. I don't remember. Well, you guys see the numbers. There's some meals that are in the 500s. Some meals are in the thousands. Okay, so if you're a woman and you're trying to stick with 1,300 calories, you know, you're talking 425 a meal. If you're a man who's trying to maybe stick with 1,800 calories, that's 600 per meal. A lot of these meals are way over that. Okay. Now some of them are healthy. They do have some healthy options. So what I meant to do by bringing this was use this information. Let's not go out to eat and be ignorant. Let's use the information that is available to us. Just ask for it. And there's no reason to be embarrassed asking for it. A lot of people need to be asking for this stuff, and they'll give it to you. They want to make you happy. They want you to come back to their restaurant. Mm-hmm.
Are you telling me that it's a whole pizza for 930 calories, or a fourth of that little pizza is 930 calories?
That's the whole pizza, but what they are is they're personal sized pizzas.
Right. So if you only like a fourth of it, or just a slice,
Right.
then it would be a fourth of that.
Definitely.
Oh, thank God.
Definitely, yes. But if you're anything like my husband, he could easily put away his own pizza in one nice sitting. So, you know, use this information. So I just put that there for you guys to use. Olive Garden, there's Chili's has them, Bob Evans has their stuff, McDonald's, and if it's a place that you frequent, get it, the paper, and use it. Because going out to eat is probably, honestly, one of the most popular things that people do around here. That's also one of the hardest to really know what you're eating if you don't have this. Okay. So do your homework with that. It doesn't end here. Now, how many of you guys work with the people on your team? A few of you, quite a few of you. Okay. I say this is just the beginning. Okay. Is there anything that you guys do at work to help you continue this? Like, do you guys get together at work and talk about it, or weigh yourself, or anything like that? So, yeah, maybe. Continue this at work. Okay, how many of you guys have a scale at work that you could use? You guys have a scale? Okay. Now, was that already there, or did you guys get it just for this?
Already there. It's already there.
Already there, okay. Get a scale for those of you that don't, maybe you work in an office, maybe you don't have a scale. I invest in one. You know, keep this going. If you guys are teammates, and if you guys are really encouraging each other at work, a lot of us spend a lot of time at work. Okay, so making this part, a lot of us eat 2 or 3 meals at work sometimes because we work so late. Take a scale and make your own Biggest Loser challenge or wellness challenge, and keep weighing yourselves once a week. You could have a coworker be an accountability buddy. Okay, there's a lot of ideas, but I think taking this to work is pretty impressive. Do you guys have any ideas? And I'm mentioning this because this is going to be the end of it for you guys, and then you're going to kind of go back. Hopefully, we don't go back into our old routines. Hopefully, we stick with them. But I think if we have people at work to help us, or family members or whatnot, is there any ideas that you guys have for keeping the wellness challenge kind of going on at work? Any at all? Yes.
I have an idea. I think I'm gonna put some exercises down and let the staff and other work members sign up when they do it.
Okay.
Like when I get tired of sitting at my computer, I might jump up and do lunch walk around the building.
Oh, wow.
Or something.
Oh, that's real great.
So I've been trying to motivate other people. So
Oh, she's very good at that. Time to do their lunch walks.
She's the motivator. That's excellent. That's a really great idea. So you're the person that helps to motivate other people to do exercise at work. Yeah, so let's take a walk on a break.
if you're gonna take a 10-minute break, why can't you do something physical?
Right.
For just to kind of rev up the metabolism.
Yeah, and that'll probably perform better at work too while you're at it. That's a great idea. That's a fabulous idea. Any others? You don't have your creative juices flowing today? Well, I created my own little list of fabulous little business wellness things that you can do at work to keep up some of the changes. Okay, and I encourage you guys to make a new team. If your team was kind of slacking, then make another team with the people you work with. Find people that really are going to help you with this. Okay. So I put here, have a scale at work. Weigh each other. Maybe make it a team. Maybe get a piece of paper and put it up on a wall and write it down. Okay, so it's a little maybe like a competition. Maybe you can keep doing that long term. Not that you want to get it should be a positive thing. Whatever these are should be positive. Keep team members accountable. Change snacks available in the break room. And I went to UF and I had an office job there, and I was actually impressed with. I went to the break room, and they had a vending machine that had pretty much healthier stuff. Okay, it had like pretzels and granola bars and drinks, but it didn't have a lot of the real candy and heavy stuff. And somebody must have been bringing in fruits for sale. And I was impressed by that. They had, just a basket of bananas and apples, and it was 50 cents per fruit. And I thought that was pretty cool. I thought, wow, that's a pretty neat idea. So someone must have been encouraged to do that, and then I think it was an honor system, like someone would leave the change there and take a banana or whatnot. So it was nice because they had healthier snacks available versus, just the junk. So someone was motivated to do that. So I thought that was impressive. Get rid of the candy jars. Who still has a candy jar at work? Oh, we've got, oh, I'm glad you guys are honest. I'm really glad.
It's not ours, other
It's not
people.
ours.
Oh, it's other people.
It's in the, actually, there's several departments within our department,
Okay.
and so there's like a central location where the departments keeps.
And that's a temptation, right? I would be tempted if I had to look at the candy and walk past it every day.
Maybe
That's-
call my name, but.
That's a trigger.
Exactly.
Right.
Part of my
That's a trigger to eat the candy. You see it, you think about it, and then you want to eat it. So maybe these people need to join our wellness challenge for next year. But if it's within your limits, just get rid of those candy jars. Pens in them or potpourri or something. 'Cause then if you don't see it, you won't want to eat it. Okay? Not a big fan of those. Walk with team members during breaks. Okay, that's a real good idea. Or just walk out to your car just to get a breath of fresh air or something. But this is a nice way to, keep things going at work. I know a lot of times they have those Biggest Loser challenges. Make your own challenges. Be the person to be the motivator at your job. Okay, and it's important to keep it up because 3 months is a long time, but in order to keep weight off, and I think I might have said this the first lecture, I congratulate people on their weight loss if they've kept it off for 5 years. Then I will congratulate you. Then I'm like, okay, now you've shown you can keep it off. That's good. And that's a long time, but it's doable. If